Hi everyone. In this here I will show you how to work with SAP automation using automation anywhere. And here also I am going to use the Metabot to build the SAP logic. So basically I am creating a complete project here using automation anywhere to read data from the Excel and put into the SAP. So after putting the data into SAP, it will display some information. So bot is going to copy those information from the SAP and it will fill into the Excel sheet. So one more thing guys here, like those who are new to my channel, I would request you to kindly refer to this video's description section. So basically this is the third video based on the SAP automation. So you can refer to description sections to get previous two videos link, and you must watch those videos to understand more about the Metabot and how to automate SAP. So let's start the session. Okay, so let me go to the Excel sheet first, which I am going to use here. So this is the Excel sheet. So you can see here like only one column is having value, column A, vendor ID. So bot is going to read this vendor ID, and after that it will fill the required information reading from the SAP. So let me go to SAP and I'll show you how it will work. So this is the code XK03. So bot will put this user ID here. Then bot will click on this box. So basically this box will select this required information. Okay. And then we will press and enter. So after pressing the enter, it will display this information. So bot will read this information like name, street, address, district, telephone number, etc., etc. from here, and the same bot will update here in this Excel sheet. So let me go to automation anywhere. So this is the automation anywhere where I have already created the logic for reading the Excel. So in this part, bot is reading the information from the Excel and assigning into the variable v vendor ID. Here I have already created all the required variables which is reading and writing data into the Excel. All right. So again, let me go to automation anywhere. So I'm going to build a logic to work with the Metabot. So first I'm going to the SAP automation SAP part, and I'm going back here. So this is the code which I want to use. So what I will do, I will go here and I will start the recording and playback. One more thing I want to share here is like, in case if your script recording and playback option is showing as disabled, so what you have to do, you have to write a T code. That T code name is, it is like RZ11. Okay, so once you type RZ11, then you have to type here like SAP GUI slash user underscore scripting, and you have to click on display. So once you click on display, you have to check information here is current value is showing as false. So let me click on edit and I will change this into true. So after clicking on edit, it will display a page, right? So I'm clicking here change value, and here I'm writing as true. Okay, so let me click on save. It will ask for the new entry, click yes and do a save. You can see here this value got changed to true. Now I'll go back to initial page. Again I will come here. So it is not coming. So what I have to do, I have to close the SAP and re-log in once again. Again I'm going here and clicking on the SAP server. Then I'm putting my username and the password. Again I will go and check. So now you can see this script recording and playback option is enabled. So let me click here. Okay, so this is the place where my SAP scripting is going to save. So this is the script name. So let me click on record. I want to replace it. I'm clicking here and I'm putting the T code this, right? So I will show you step by step information so you can understand. And here I'm putting like, I'm clicking here, I'm putting 1, 2, 3. Okay, then I will do a stop and I will go to the script to get the object ID. So you can see here, this is the object ID for writing this T code XK03, and this is the object ID for writing the value in the box. Okay. All right. So what I will do, I will copy this part and I will start building a logic. So I copied. Now I'm going to automation anywhere. I'm going to Metabot section. I've already kept the Metabot file here. So I will click here. Okay. Then I will use an option called search by object ID. I will put here. First, one more thing, guys, I have to add here is login with the existing session. So I will select that option and I will do a save. So first, what I have to do, I have to search by object ID. Then I will put here the set focus. Okay. Then what I have to do, I have to write that value T code. So I will click here and I will do the set text. So here I will put that text. So this is the text which I want to post. So make sure you are not keeping this double quotes. I'm removing that and I will do this. So what next? After putting this transaction code, I have to press enter. So again, I'm coming here and I'm selecting this enter. All right, we are good to go now. So let me do a quick test. So let me go to the SAP. I'm going back. So let me put a command for activate window. So you can see whether a bot is able to write this information or not. So as you can see, as SAP easy access. So let me run it. Okay. So we have successfully added the information. The next step is like I have to fill the details here. So I have already copied the object ID. So what I will do, I will again go to the Metabot part. And I will do the search by object ID. And I will put that object ID here. So this is the object ID. Let me copy from here. Then I'm putting here. All right, so same thing here I will also going to do. So I'm copying this part. Okay, this two part. Set focus and set text. So make sure we are putting proper comments. So like we'll be able to understand. So here I'm adding like, putting SP T code XK03. Then I'm going to write. You can go to SAP and check what information you are putting. So you are putting the vendor ID. Now added as putting vendor ID. So this is the place where we need to pass the vendor ID. So what I will do, so you can see here I'm passing this information from the variable. Okay. So it will write that information. And what next? If I go to SAP, you can see after putting the details, let's say I have added this information here, then I have to click here to select this particular, general data information. Okay. So again, I will go to the SAP recording, or here I'm going to use the keystrokes. I want to show you how to use the keystrokes. All right. So I'm just doing a unselect. Then I'm going to SAP. I'm going to commands and I will use keystrokes. So make sure you are selecting correct SAP page. So display vendor initial screen is the page name. So I'm using this, and if you see here, we have to use the shortcut key F7. Okay, so I'm going here and I'm putting this F7, right? So if you want, we can try this and we'll see whether it is working fine or not. So let me click here. All right, so it is selecting correctly, right? So after selecting this, I have to press and enter. Okay, so again, I'm going to use some delay here so it can get proper time and it will do the required action. So let's say I'm putting delay in seconds, is like 2 seconds. Same thing I'm going to use here after F7. Then I will put an enter. Okay, so here I'm going to delete this and adding the enter. So I have to find the enter command here. Okay, here is the enter. So I'm selecting here. All right. So what I have to do, I have to write T code only one time. So I will keep this part in the starting of the code. So once bot will logged into SAP, okay, then it will go to this transaction code. Then it will open the Excel and it will read the data from Excel and it will fill here. It will select and it will press the enter. Okay, now again I'm going to SAP. So let's say we have selected everything. My bot is pressing the enter. Okay, that enter also I can do a test, quick test after running it. So let me run it. All right, so everything is working fine here now. So what next? Next, I have to read this information, vendor name, straight. So let me quickly read this information. Again, I'm going to SAP. Okay, and I'm going to use this SAP recording. So I'm putting here name is like something, clicking on record. What I have to do, you have to click here. So once you click here, it will read the required information. Okay, so again, I'm going here. I'm opening that script file. Okay, so you can see here, this is the object ID for that particular information. You can see here name one. So you can understand this is the object ID for reading the name value. So I will go to automation anywhere. So again, I'm keeping some delay. Then I will use Metabot. Okay, so here I will use search by object ID. So I'm copying that part and I will remove this old object ID and I will put this. So after putting this name object ID, then I will put a focus. Then I will use logic called get text. Okay. So I'm clicking here. So you can see here output. So I have to put the proper variable. So vendor name. I will press F2. Then I will give here vendor name. So this particular logic will read the information from the SAP vendor name and it will store into a variable called vendor name. Okay, so let me keep this in the loop so it will run for each record in the Excel. Okay, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use here a Excel operation to write that value. So I'm going to use set cell. So I will use a specific cell. So it will be cell B and the value will be v vendor name. Okay, so it will write the vendor name. So quickly let me put the comment here. Okay, so next I'm going to read the information for the street. Okay, so I'm putting here, so vendor street. Again I'm going to SAP. I'm closing this text file. Now I'm again clicking on record. Okay, press yes. So this is the street. I will click here and I will stop the recording. Again I will go here. So I'm trying to explain you a simple way. That's why I'm trying for each and every record. So it will take some more time, but I'm sure you will be able to understand how it will work and how the same thing you can implement in your projects. So I've assigned this value to vStreet variable, and here also I'm going to send to change to column C, and instead of vendor name I will use vStreet. Okay. So this is the last value I'm reading here. Otherwise, video will be very lengthy. So you can apply same logic to read other values also. So I'm going to click yes. Then I will, this time I'm reading the street. Okay. So I'm stopping this. Again, I'm going to the recording file. I will do the edit and I will read this value for the district. Okay. So get text I have to change to the street district. I've added. In Excel, I'm going to change to column D and the variable to district. All right, so this is done. So bot is going to read information from Excel and it is writing into the same Excel. Okay. So let me close this Excel sheet. I'm closing this script recording as well. Then I'm taking my SAP into the initial group. It got disconnected. So let me re-log in. So let me run the code. It seems it is going to throw some error. So let me check in line 26. Line number 21. So, okay. So I have to keep this here with the starting. So it can activate that page and it can do the require action. So let me close it. And I'm closing this Excel once again. And I'm running this program once again. So initially, we have to keep SAP in initial page. So this is the first page. Okay. So this is the first record. One more thing I missed here. I'm sorry guys, I need one more thing to add here. So next thing is like, after reading the data from here, bot will go back to the initial page. So I will use F3. Okay. So I will add another keystrokes here to go back to the initial page. So I'm adding here, and I have to check the page name here. You can see display vendor address. So I'm using display vendor. So instead of F7, I will use F3. So after pulling the required information, bot will go back to previous page. Again, it will put the required information and it will come back to the Excel. Okay, so let me close this Excel, and I'm taking SAP into the initial page, and I'm rerunning the code. So you can see here, this is the second record bot is processing. So basically, this is the complete project. This is a very small project where I have used SAP Metabot, SAP, other things using keystrokes like enter, press, shortcut keys. Same thing we can do it by using the Metabot also, but to demonstrate how keystrokes can work with the SAP. So that is the reason I have used the keystrokes also in some part. All right. So now let me go to the Excel sheet. So you can see here, the bot successfully completed the filling Excel from the SAP. So I have not filled this particular rest of the column because it will take long time to do the development. So what you have to do, you have to follow the same steps whatever I have followed here to complete these three part like vendor name, street, and district. So you can go ahead and try from your end. Okay. So in case if you need any help, I would request you to kindly get in touch with me. Right. So before closing the video, I just wanted to say like I hope you like this video and find it helpful to understand SAP automation. So I would request you to kindly like this video and share with other who are interested to learn RPA, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. And one more thing guys, please put your comment and suggestion in the comment box. Your feedback is highly appreciated and help me to make it better. So in case if you have any query, you can go ahead and contact me in this mail ID. I would be happy to answer your queries and questions. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you very much.